Buenos dias and welcome to another episode of the Godfather Part 2 Minute. With me, Alex Robinson.
And with me, Andy Robinson.
And we're here to talk about minute number 38 of the Godfather Part 2 on the move.
That's right, Alex. Repeat after me. E minuto. Numero 38.
38.
You got it.
Huh.
Yeah. Don't forget, when you get to the 8s, you got to make it sound like you're a bounty hunter. 38.
38. Yeah, well, so I just thought of something before we start.
Okay. Don't hurt yourself.
I went to school to get smart. Not like everybody says.
Do you think anyone became more stupid after going to college?
Yes.
Come on, really.
I guess
save like a tragic, traumatic brain injury accident.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how you define stupid. Because you could go to college and learn like lessons that are bad lessons. Like, I learned how to cheat off people. That way I didn't have to do any tests. Or like you might learn things that are bad habits to pick up, like smoking.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think of that as stupid.
Well, that's what I mean.
Less knowledgeable.
Yes, that's harder to do.
That's harder to do, right?
To go to college to get less, not even pick, even if you went to college and said, I'm going to put earplugs in, I'm going to put eye shades on, I'm not going to learn taking any new knowledge, but to actually leave with less knowledge, that's commitment.
I'm going to purposefully get my brain to experience atrophy.
I mean, I guess if you went to college and didn't learn anything and then just like spent your whole time drinking and doing drugs and partying, you'd be like, I don't even remember taking the SATs or anything. So
you don't even remember the last years of high school because you've been partying. So you've regressed. Yeah. It's not that you just haven't learned anything. Remember, you have to become more stupid. All right, we'll talk a little more about that offline. Yeah, because I got some ideas. What I was going to bring up was that this is Part 2, Godfather Part 2, and I was thinking of other. I said Part 2 on the move,
so I was trying to think of other. It almost be like a trivia, like a contest. Like this, we'll say the Part 2, and then we'll use the subtitle from a different sequel.
Oh, yeah.
Like Godfather Part 2, the beginning, or, like...
But something that really exists.
Yeah, some other movie that really has, like...
A real sequel's subtitle.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So, like The Revenge of Michael Myers, or any... Yeah. I guess ideally a Part 2, but I guess any sequel with a number, subtitle.
Does it have to be verbatim, or can you play around with it?
Give me an example.
The Godfather Part 2, Johnny Ola Strikes Back.
I like it.
Or Hyman Roth's Heart Attack Strikes Back.
Oh, no. That was the heart attack. Hey, you know what I just learned?
What?
While I was reading.
Don't hurt yourself.
We haven't even started to talk about the minute yet. But apparently, this is according to The Godfather Companion by Peter Biskind. When Lee Strasberg got sick on location in Santo Domingo while filming the Havana sequence, Coppola rewrote the plans rewrote his part to accommodate his illness.
What? That wasn't in the original?
No, apparently not.
Whoa.
Apparently that was not in the original thing. So, do you think that doctor was really the doctor taking his like his blood pressure and stuff?
Wow. And he was really hospitalized in that ER on New Year's Eve. Right?
He didn't even realize they were still filming.
That's commitment.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an amazing pivot on the part of the filmmakers.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Obviously, that's the kind of superpower that would come in handy when he started filming like Apocalypse Now, which had like constant things that were making him have to rewrite on the fly and do all sorts of stuff like that. But anyway, so we'll have more talk about Godfather in a minute. But for now, let's summarize minute 38.
38. What do you got, Alex?
The Corleone compound is still on lockdown as they continue to hunt for the shooter or shooters. We don't know. Could be multiple shooters.
Lockdown.
Mikey is back in his office as usual when there's a knock at the door. He tells the person to come in, and that's where the minute ends.
You see a sleepy Tom Hagen come in.
Oh, that's true. You do see a sleepy Tom Hagen.
Very, just a few seconds in his bathrobe.
Tired Tom Hagen.
Yeah. Tom, is that his garbage pail kid this minute?
Garbage pail.
Tired Tom.
And it's him sleeping in a toilet. He's sleeping with his head inside like the...
I thought it'd be the constipated consigliere.
Well, they have two for each one, so for each design they have two different names for each one, so that works out perfectly.
Is he tired? Because
why is he constipated?
Oh, because it's a poop word.
So you think he was up pooping is why he was... You think he was...
No, he can't poop. That's why he's all tired. He's like, why am I out, Mikey? Tom, because you can't get it out.
It is interesting that Tom is already in his bathrobe and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's why he's out. Everyone else is dressed.
I know, because Mikey is still wearing his tie. Like, he didn't even get a chance to take off his tie. Tom, there's a lesson. Let me teach you a lesson, Tom. Never go to the consigliere should never go to sleep before the dawn. You should always be ready to wake when the dawn is awake.
Well, that's because he's not a wartime consigliere. He doesn't know those rules.
That's true.
That'd be great. Rocco says, Tom, what do you want us to do next? Rocco, I'm not a wartime consigliere. I'm going to bed.
If I were to tell you what to do, if you could prove in a court of law that I was secretly running the Corleone family.
You could prove in a court of law that I was a wartime consigliere.
Maybe not now. So yeah, we were talking in the green room how this is a tricky minute. We thought last minute didn't have a lot going on. This is like
It's truly, well, you pointed out last minute. I thought very well that there was a lot going on. Not a lot of dialogue, but a lot of different shots of them. A lot of action.
Yeah. There's one action scene in this where most of the minute is people running around looking for, hey, quick, get over there, like the people, the tail end of the panic.
Yeah.
There's a scene where you see the person with the dog and someone runs over and shines a flashlight and they see something and then they immediately start running back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that supposed to be... You think that's just generic footage? It's not like that's Rocco seeing the bodies and then being like, "Okay, I got to go back and tell."
I couldn't make heads or tails out of that.
It didn't seem like if it was Rocco, it seemed like he would have taken more time to like confirm. Okay, they're dead. All right, stay here, do this. I'm going to go back and tell Mikey. Yeah. Like it didn't seem like that was.
Yeah, I think I got the impression it's just generic.
Yeah, it looked similar to where because they do show the bodies later, right?
I think they do, but it's dark, and then I think they do.
I thought it was near like a drain ditch, or like where the boathouse or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
but I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah.
Well, in The Office, because that's the first shot there.
The hit television program, The Office.
There's something very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
So why is
Tom already in his bathrobe?
What enabled the would-be assassins to almost hit Mikey? What pre-act had been done to help them?
The drapes.
The drapes were open, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you notice the drapes in this scene?
They're closed?
The drapes are not closed. So you got a room full of civilians. You got Kay, the kids. You got Mama. It's just like a room full of people, and Michael's pacing. There are two layers of drapes. Mm-hmm. The ones closest to the window are closed, but they're transparent. They're really thin. You can see the night right outside. And the interior drapes wide open.
Wow. Do you think Fredo's going around like opening all the drapes as he's like just hoping no one notices? He's
I don't
know what happened, Mikey. All these drapes are open. It nothing to do with me.
I know. You want to watch their progress finding the killers, right?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
Finding Roth's the killers. I mean, no, I never met them.
I was at home I was putting together the title card art for the scene of Kay asking, why are the drapes open?
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I can't believe we didn't look this up at the time, but what is the difference between curtains and drapes?
Oh my gosh. Will ask.
No, I know the answer.
Oh, you know?
I looked it up. And
okay. All right.
So, yeah. I asked, and now I'll answer.
Okay, cue music.
So the difference between drapes and curtains is drapes are heavier and the light does not go through. Curtains are like, it's more for decorative or it allows light through. Maybe you want light through, but not let people be able to see inside. Let's put a nice sheer curtain there. So,
okay.
But if you want curtains if you want to keep out, you have to put the curtains and the drapes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the difference between curtains and drapes.
We asked, I answered. Well, then in this scene, the curtains are closed, but the drapes are open. Interesting.
Yeah.
Although, your explanation doesn't really fly because.
What are you saying? I went to college to not get as smart as I used to be?
Well, when you go to an old school theater, what's on the stage, what's closed, and you can't see anything behind it.
That might be in a more technical sense.
I gotcha.
Theatrical sense.
It's not a drape. End scene, closed drapes. I don't think so. It doesn't play, Alex.
It's true. Overture, drapes.
And they don't have this context. Listen, it's drapes for you. You're over.
Maybe from now on, when people use the term curtains in the theater, we should say, technically those are just drapes.
Oh, that's so nerdy to correct them.
Sleeping inside me.
Oh, Faye Adams.
So, well, speaking of Faye,
fake Adams,
she was replaced by a different actress. If they had a different actress play Faye in this movie, they would have called her Fake Adams. Like if they had gotten Goldie Hawn or somebody else too, another actress from the 70s, Sally Field.
Yeah. I like it.
Elliot Gould.
Yeah. Fake Adams.
So in this scene we see her. She's sitting in the waiting out in the lobby with the and I'm assuming that is Mary on her lap, her daughter, who will of course be gunned down later on by in another assassination attempt.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I think it's Mary and Anthony's there.
Well, it's hard to tell the rest of the kids. There's like one kid sleeping on another kid's lap, on a woman's lap, and then. But I didn't know if you knew.
It had to be Anthony.
You have to assume one of them.
Maybe not. Maybe they're in another room. I'm pretty sure Michael and Kay would keep them close, unless Michael says you're old enough.
Keep your enemies close.
Keep your kids close, but your eldest kid. You think Michael just said, "Oh, Anthony, you can go outside and play while we're taking care of this." I know it was you who killed Pop.
I knew it was you.
Oh my gosh, is that a conspiracy theory? Michael had Roth's goons open the drapes so that they could kill Anthony because he was responsible for Pop's death. Anthony!
So you think he's just mad that they shot the wrong room?
Yeah.
He's like, I want him alive, Rocco.
Well, that's also why he says, in my bedroom where my children play with their toys, but not my children.
I know.
You got the toys, but not the children.
Why would you shoot my bedroom in the middle of the night when there's all the children going to be asleep in their beds?
That's why I want them alive, Rocco.
Yeah,
alive.
Right. It's funny that GF1 and GF2 both have assassination attempts against the Don that fail.
Yeah.
So, and people who are disappointed that the Don is still alive.
Yeah. Well, speaking of GF1, Alex, I took a peek. Guess what's happening over at GF1? Minuto 38.
Oh, I know we just got back.
You gotta be specific. You got to be specific too.
You can't just say It is the I was gonna say it's the Turk, but I feel like they might throw me off with like a Kay and Mikey having dinner somewhere. That just kind of gets sprinkled around where it's hard to remember what.
Yeah.
Because I know Khartoum just died.
Yeah, that's right.
Like 3 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my temptation is to say,
make it sound like he died of natural causes. Khartoum.
Oh no!
Died. That was no heart attack. Go with your gut.
I'll say the Turk. Starting the introductions with the Turk.
You're close.
Oh.
It is the Turk scene, but it's
I
a little
just
further
missed it.
into it. He's already made his pitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so that the Godfather says, he does that great expression. He puts his shoulders out, and his face is, well, what do you come to me? Why do I deserve this generosity? So fun to see him again. It's like an old friend, Alex. An old wise friend. Do you remember what he once said?
What?
He said, keep your finance underestimated, but overestimate your friends' generosity.
Your estimated taxes, but don't underestimate how much you... I don't remember.
Turns out he's a tax guy. So what else you got for this minute, Alex?
Well, let's see. So Faye, so Faye is sitting there in the chair, and she looks up at Mikey, and she gives him a look like daggers, especially since it just happened right after. It's terrible timing for Mikey that this assassination attempt came right on the heels of her scolding him about not being legitimate.
Yes, but that's not where I thought you were going with it. I thought you were going to say right after she told him the baby's sleeping inside her. The baby's not sleeping anymore. All that noise.
You're waking up the baby.
How's the kid?
You hear the baby crying. But in that moment where Faye looks up at him, I feel like that she's like, that's it. I'm aborting this baby.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. This might be the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
and the low piano too. Dong.
Yeah. But some great silent acting here from Pacino and Keaton. Like you could tell she really is not happy about this situation.
Yeah, you didn't get that look in any of the Woody Allen movies. She was never that mad.
The later ones are kind of Woody Allen got a lot of dirty looks later on, but that was
it. Wasn't it Diane Keaton who was in that movie Baby on Board?
Baby Boom.
Baby Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, I always get that wrong. Baby
Never
Boom.
Seen Baby Boom.
This is foreshadowing of that, or vice versa.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was what happened.
It was an abortion, Michael. It was a baby boom.
I thought it was an abortion, Michael. Boom! When she said it after she told it. Like she put a mic drop in front of him. Boom!
She let a mic drop.
Whoa! But yeah, a mic drop after you've told someone you had an abortion. That's pretty ballsy.
Well, and the fact you're using a microphone at all. It was an abortion, Michael.
That's like a megaphone.
Yeah. Michael, excuse me. I'm going to have a PA system brought in here so I can make this announcement. How you doing, Sicily?
It's like Woodstock 99.
It was an abortion, Michael. An abortion, Michael. Sleeping inside me. Abortion.
Hey, you're a musical guy. You should totally do a Godfather remix.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Is that legal?
It's perfect.
Can you do that? I never understood the copyright laws.
You probably need
Paramount permission.
Probably.
Good luck with that one.
I mean, I think
I'm more likely to go to college and get stupid.
You should go to law school, and then you could sue other people for copyright infringement.
This is technically a parody musical composition, so it does not fall under the copyright laws.
There are certain exceptions like that where you can sample stuff from something, but I don't know if it's.
Yeah,
I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah,
so just do it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
worst comes to worst is they go. I mean, unless you become a millionaire from it, they're just going to say, "Hey, you can't use that."
Yeah.
So.
I had a question for you.
Yes. I have time for 2 more questions.
In this minute, you see a land crew searching for the assassins, and you also see a crew on boat.
On boat?
You see a boat go by. By the way, it goes by the empty gazebo.
Oh, foreshadowing.
I thought that was cool. No Sierra Boys Choir.
Although I said they also go by the boathouse because that's where Fredo. Pretty soon they're going to be finding Fredo's body in that water.
You think they'll find his body in a boat? Dun, 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 house. Dun, 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 dun. He's saying, what is it? He's saying Hail Marys, let it all hang out.
You know who does that song?
Who?
The Commodores.
Whoa.
You know who drives a boat? A Commodore.
Oh my gosh, you know who's in the Commodores?
Who?
Lionel Richie. And you know what Michael's trying to do, buying all this immobiliary stuff?
What?
Get Richie.
Whoa, and he's lying.
So there's a boat crew.
Yes.
And there's a land crew searching for the would-be assassins. Alex,
yeah.
the world wants to know, what would you do?
I did not.
Would you join the boat crew or the land crew if you get to choose searching for the assassins?
I'll say, well, let me think. Well,
Don't hurt yourself.
My first thought was to say boat.
Okay, why?
Just because I don't get to go on boats very often, and it's kind of the novelty of getting to be on a boat. Plus, also, like, chances are, if you're on the boat, you're not gonna. The odds of you finding someone and getting into a gunfight are very slim. Like, if you find someone, they're probably gonna be dead, like either trying to get away in a boat. Well, I guess they could have a gun when they're trying to paddle away.
It's probably safer to be on. You're less likely to find them in the boat.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
some guys say, hey, you know what? I'll get in the boat and look on the other side of Lake Tahoe. Yeah. You might be there. You never know. So if
although the boat could go faster along the coast where the roads probably are.
Right, but you're much more likely going to be, if you're in a boat, you're going to go like, there they are, they're on the road heading south. You know, you're not going to be like, okay, pull up the boat and we'll arrest him. You know, unless he's on an island. That's some bad escaping if he wants him trapped on an island. But so
a boat. You like the boat idea? Being
naturally of a coward, I would be more inclined to go in the boat because I don't want to have to get in, like, or God forbid, have to wrestle the guy to the ground and get stabbed in the gut.
Yeah.
So,
And boat is kind of fun. It is at night, which is a little riskier because they didn't have all the same safety equipment back then.
You're saying, like, for me being in the boat, it's more risky?
Yeah, I think it's still more risky to be on the land, but being on a boat at night in the
it's more risky than
50s?
It is during the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even now, it's more risky to be on a boat at night during the day because if you fall off, it's harder for people to see you.
Yeah.
So, but I imagine you're probably not going to fall off.
Yeah.
Or if you do, it's probably going to be in a situation where you're getting on or off the boat where other people will see you fall. So.
Yeah. I mean, they probably got a cooler of beers. Yeah. Sounds like a fun night.
I like how it went from, you kind of turned it because it went from me trying to avoid having to be in a physical conflict to being like, well, now you're going to be embarrassed and humiliated if you fall off the boat in the water and the other gangsters have to pull you up. I'm like, oh, but I'd rather take my chances as the gunner.
You're the one who went there. I didn't bring up that idea.
Well, you certainly...
Oh, by the way, make sure you have your big, like inflatable life jacket on, the orange one, so the would-be assassins can see you. But you want to be safe.
Although
on the
that
boat.
That could help stop the bullet too.
No, not a life jacket.
You don't think a life jacket? We'll ask, we'll answer. There's only one way to find out.
You're making yourself a target. But you want to be safe on the boat.
Yes.
Right? Is it more risky?
I would be down underneath. I would be in the cabin.
Oh, it's not that kind of boat. It's basically a fish. It was like the boat that Fredo was on later gets killed.
It's not a rowboat.
No, but it has a motor on it, but there's no room on it or anything.
In my memory, it's like a 3-story yacht, and that's what I'm going with. Why? If Michael Corleone just has a rowboat working security, I mean, he deserved. Let's could have seen this coming.
Yeah.
Oh, get in the rowboat, chase him in the rowboat.
It's got an engine. They're cruising by, but it's not.
you just don't like to use it. You want to sneak up on someone. You don't want to have an engine going.
Shut up and keep rowing, Fabrizio. Yes.
Shut up and keep rowing,
Fabrizio.
It's like one of those mommy jokes. Shut up and keep rowing,
mommy. Alex, guess what?
What?
You, my friend, hit the paywall, and that is not justice. Hey friends, go over to godfatherminute.com/support and start donating so you can access the bonus content. It's great stuff. We have a lot of fun doing it.
We're entering the bonus era of the show.
And that is
a
just
Godfather
another
minute. So that's justice?
Yeah. Why did that not work?
No.